Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and these are some of the top stories we have for you tonight. VING promotes one of their own. Jamila Russell joins us with the bottom line, and Lee Carl brings us Christmas Tomian style. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, the Virgin Islands National Guard, also known as VING, promoted one of their own at a ceremony at Government House earlier this week. Let's take a look with honor.
First, I'd like to thank God for his tremendous blessings. It's just impossible to describe the deep sense of humility that I feel, and it's as overwhelming as it is humbling. I want to thank God for my health, body and mind, leaders, mentors, peers, subordinates, for my family and friends, and definitely for all my opportunities. Most of these factors over which I had no choice, and therefore I want to acknowledge God's providence in each of these areas. 27 years ago, at the age of 28, I enlisted in the 662nd Military Police Company in the Virgin Islands Army National Guard as a private first class. When I took the ASVAB then, in the then Armory in St. Thomas, which is now the WAPA building in Subbase, that was over a quarter century ago, I had no idea the impact it would have on my career. The statement that you cannot pick with whom you serve has certainly been true during the whole of my career. I have had no choice over who my commanders were, my NCOs were, platoon leaders, section sergeants, or who my associates were. While it may be me up here today, the real reason that I'm here is because of all of you who are gathered here today. I would not have been able to take the jobs required if it had not been for the family, for my family, first and foremost. I would not have learned the things that I've learned over the years. It had not been for people like you who challenged me every day. It also has a lot to do to have had the opportunity and good fortune to have worked side by side with a very talented group of officers, warrant officers, NCOs, and enlisted from all services and civilians alike during my career. When I was a second lieutenant, then Captain Rivera told me the most important thing was for me to learn something new every day, especially for my NCOs, and he challenged me to do just that. I have lived by that rule every day, and it has taught me to know when it is time to roll up my sleeves and pitch in and help, when it's time to sit back and let my troops shine, and when it is time to listen to the folks I work with and rely on their experience and expertise to recommend and make a decision that is required.
And here at WSVI, we of course want to give that man his honors as well. And now Jamila Russell joins us with the bottom line.
I am Jamila Russell. 'Tis the season to be jolly, give love on Christmas Day, peace on earth and goodwill to mankind. We hear these phrases every day during this time of the year. There are many a Christmas carol that speaks of peace, love, and goodness. Christmas should not be one day. Christmas should be celebrated every day. Although 2009 has been extremely difficult for me and for many of us in the community, there's a lot that I'm thankful for. My children, my family, my friends, and my community. Virgin Islanders, especially Crucians, are a caring, loving people. We appreciate what we have and always take time to help those in need. On this Christmas Eve, let us reach out to those who have lost a loved one during this year due to violence. To those mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters who will have to spend this first Christmas without their loved ones, let us take the time to bring them into our hearts and our prayers. Let us celebrate this time of year like we used to do. Good food, good drink, and clean, violent-free fun. To those of you who seek to harm another, before you do, stop and think. Think of the irreparable harm that you will be causing. Let us stop this vicious cycle. Put your guns away. The bottom line is, Christmas is a time for us to be happy, jolly, and forgiving. It allows us to renew our faith and relationships. I want to send a special holiday greeting to those who support and love me unconditionally. A very special Feliz Navidad to my grandmother and my mother. Forgive those who have hurt you, love those who love you, and love even more those who despise you. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. If I've forgotten any, forgive me. May the blessings of the good Lord be with you. Good night. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Jamila Russell. And the expressions viewed on The Bottom Line are not necessarily those of WSVI Television's management and paid sponsors. And when we come back from this break, we take a look at SIGA as the new school meets the old school. That's coming up next on News Channel 8.